People called her ugly and they avoided her. No one wanted to be near her. But the day she wore that bracelet, she became the most beautiful woman anyone had ever seen. Men traveled from different places just to see her. Money flowed into her life like never before. But what she didn't know was that something else was also feeding in silence. In a quiet village called Omaka, there lived a young woman named Adamma. Life had not been kind to her. She was extremely thin, almost fragile, as though a strong wind could carry her away. Her cheeks were sunken, her skin were dry, and her eyes always looked tired, like someone who had cried too many nights. She had very little hair, just a few scattered strands scattered on her head. People often stared at her, not with kindness, but with discomfort. Children avoided her, women ignored her, and men never even looked in her direction. Every morning, Adamma would go to the village market to sell vegetables. She always stood in the same corner. She greeted everyone politely. "Good morning, sir." "Good morning, ma." But most people didn't respond. Some pretended not to hear her. Others simply walked past her as if she didn't exist. One afternoon, she greeted a man who was passing by. He stopped, looked at her, and then frowned. "Please step aside," he said coldly. "You are blocking the road." Adamma quietly moved away. She didn't argue. She didn't cry. Not there. But that night, she broke down. She sat outside her small hut, staring at the moon. The village was quiet. The wind moved gently through the trees. Tears rolled down her face silently. She whispered to herself, "Why am I like this? Why does nobody see me? I'm not asking for everything, just to be seen, just a little." Then suddenly, Adamma, her heart skipped. She slowly turned. Under a large tree not far from her hut sat a woman, still and calm, watching her. The woman was unlike anyone Adamma had ever seen. Her presence was peaceful yet unsettling. Her skin seemed to glow softly in the moonlight. Her eyes were deep, almost knowing. "Do I know you?" Adamma asked, her voice trembling silently. The woman smiled. "I know you," she said gently. "I know your pain." Adamma froze. There was something about the way she said it. It felt true. "You want your life to change," the woman continued. "You want to be seen, to be loved, to be desired." Adamma didn't speak, but her silence said everything. The woman slowly lifted her hand. In her palm was a bracelet. It shimmered faintly, as though it carried its own light. "Take it," the woman said. "Wear it, and your life will change." Adamma hesitated. Nothing in this life had ever come this easily. "What do you want in return?" she asked carefully. The woman leaned closer. "Only one thing." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "Never remove it." The wind suddenly grew stronger. The leaf rustled loudly. "No matter what happened," the woman added, "do not take it off." Adamma looked at the bracelet, then at the woman, then back at the bracelet, and without fully understanding why, she took it and placed it on her wrist. The next morning, everything changed. Adamma woke up feeling different. She sat slowly. Her body felt lighter and stronger. She looked down at her hands. Her skin was smooth, soft and glowing. Her heart began to race. She rushed to the small mirror in her room, and when she saw her reflection, she gasped. It was her, but not the version of her she had always known. Her cheeks were full, her skin flawless, her eyes bright and alive. She was beautiful, not just beautiful, extraordinary. "Is this really me?" she whispered. The moment she stepped outside, everything stopped. People turned, stared, whispered, "Who is that?" That can't be Adamma, but it was. Within hours, the entire village knew. The girl no one wanted to look at had become the most beautiful woman they had ever seen. Days turned into weeks, and Adamma's life transformed completely. Men began to visit her, not just from her village, but from nearby towns. Some brought money, some brought gifts, some came with promises of marriage. People who once ignored her now greeted her with respect. Those who once mocked her now praised her. She moved into a large house, wore expensive clothes, lived a life she had only dreamed of. But slowly, something began to feel wrong. At night, the bracelet would glow soft at first, almost beautiful. Then she began to hear whispers, faint, barely audible. "You are mine." She would look around, but no one was there. One night, she stood in front of her mirror, staring at her reflection. And suddenly, her reflection smiled, but she hadn't. Her heart dropped. She stepped back slowly. "This isn't right," she whispered. Not long after, she met someone. His name was Emeka. He was different, calm, kind, and quiet. "I don't care about your beauty," he told her one day. "I just want to know who you are." For the first time in her life, Adamma felt something real. They talked for hours. They laughed. They shared stories. And slowly, she fell in love. One night, the bracelet burned hot against her skin. Then the voice returned, louder this time. "No one will take you from me," Adamma screamed. She told Emeka everything: the bracelet, the woman, the warning. "If I remove it, everything will go," she said. Her voice was shaking. Emeka looked at her, not with fear, but with understanding. "I don't care," he said gently. "I will love you as you are." Tears filled her eyes. For the first time, someone chose her. Not her beauty, not her wealth, but her. She looked at the bracelet. Her hand trembled. The room grew cold. The air became heavy. "Don't do it," the voice growled. Adamma closed her eyes. "I just want to be free." And then she removed it. Everything happened at once. A flash of light, a rush of wind, and then silence. She collapsed. Her beauty disappeared instantly. Her body returned to its former state, even weaker than before. Emeka held her tightly. "Stay with me, please." She looked at him, smiled faintly. "At least someone finally saw me." And then she closed her eyes forever. To this day, the people of the village still say, if something gives you everything overnight, be careful, because something else may be taking everything in return.